What is going on today, folks? It is March 4th, 2026. Let's see what we got in store for us today. This is interesting. Okay, let me get the environment set up and then we can talk about what we're looking at exactly. Let's see. Gotta change this to the HTML and then I'm going to take this darker color. Okay, what are we looking at here? It seems like Hmm. Okay. What I'm looking at here is, it seems like, hmm, this is, I don't know. Like, I feel like it could be a bunch of different ways to do this. We got this, like, sideways looking E thing. That could technically be a background color or a conic gradient, and a conic gradient inside it with two items nested. Or that could be one solid item in the middle here, and then these two being conic gradient, kind of just repeating y. And these could be their own conic gradients repeating on the x-axis. So really, it's just like I'm trying to figure out which way would be the best way to kind of resolve this. So, is there another way? Obviously, box shadows for the top. You could also do box shadows here. You could technically do box shadows for all four of these. Just position this one right up against the edge here. Um, so box shadow for 4. In terms of like the length of characters, that's probably the safest bet. And then even these could be box shadows. I feel like this one here. Let me just kind of clip this. So this one here and this one here, they might just be scaled, but same kind of aspect ratio. So maybe I'll take a stab at it that way first and see where we end up. So let's do that. So two p tags. The first one we're gonna do. Before I do that, do I want to? Do I want to? Do I want to do that? Whatever. Let's just go with p. We're going to make it width 100%, and then height. I think it will vary, but the first one can be. We'll go from here 40 to no, no. One second, one second, one second, one second, one second, one second, one second. Let's take a step back. Um, Let me do the big one at the bottom. So back to where I was, and then height will go from 130 to 260. So 130 pixels, right? Background color of this light green. Background of this green, right? Wonderful. Let's put a margin on margin. I'm gonna do this. 1 second. Margin 50. Background black. Let me just comment these out for a second, and then we could just discuss the margins. So I think this one is going to be up and down, might be 40, and then right and left will be 45, 55. Beautiful. So then now you can kind of put these back. But I do want to P plus P. Let's go P plus P. Um, and what am I going to do with this? I'm going to actually put this at the bottom, right? And put it at the bottom. You know what? I have a better idea. I'm going to kind of go 105, I guess, to 295. What is that? 105 to 295, 100 and I don't know, 185 pixels. And we'll make it transparent. Transparent. And here, I can just get rid of this. And then here I'll put a border. Border, solid. What are we looking at here? We'll go 55 to 105, so 55 px, this color. I just need to now, I'll get rid of this, and then I could do a border width, and we'll go 0, 55 px, 55 px. Oh no, is it 55? No, I don't think so. 50, right? Okay, 50. So that's right. I just got this width. I think it's 90. And now I need to determine how I am going to. I think these are just going to be box shadows. So now let me just figure out how to position this one here. Height, you know, if I go, let's go margin, top, I don't know, 20 px. That's not going to work, is it? Oh boy. What if I push this down now? Well, if I go P, it's going to be just kind of like one element here. We'll go height is 40 to 120. It's 50, 60, 70, 80. 80 px. Height 80 px. And then width. And then the background. Background. And then the width is going to be, we are saying 175 to 225, so 50 pixels, 50 px. Okay, so this one, obviously height is way off here. 130 to 208, 130. So that's pretty much like 70, like half, right? 80. What am I looking at here? 75. And then 80. And I think we just have to height. This one I'll keep it as is, but then I just need to do the box shadow now. Well, first of all, I have to position it, right? Here we'll go display flex. What are we looking at? Flex direction, column, right? Column. And justify content center. Align items center. Okay, this one is irrelevant, so I don't need this one. So I need to now figure out why it's doing all that. What if I did this? Zero, 5, 0, -1, 0, 10, 15, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There we go. So the middle one's perfect positioning, and then I need to figure out why there's this massive gap in between. If we can somehow figure that out, then we can. But in the meantime, I could do box shadow. We can do color. If I'm gonna, okay, and then here we'll do box shadow. What's that? So we'll go 40 to 130. So 90 pixels down. 90 px, 0 px. Whoopsie. What am I? Sometimes, guys, this I meant for that to go here. So, and of course, it wants to apply it to everything. First of all, I wanted this to be 0, and then here 90 px, 90 px. So after that, let's go, whoa, let's go S for small, and then we'll just kind of go like that. And then here we're gonna do B for big, and then just do it that way, save myself the headache. And then that way I can just go ahead, and this one can be this color. I keep messing this up. There we go. And then these ones can now be, they'll be, the width is 50, so we'll go 60, 60 px, 0 px. I guess 0 you don't need. You do for the values that aren't 0. Okay, 60, and then here we'll go -60, 0. So that's kind of done. It's just a matter of arranging this one in a position that will better align margin 12, 0, 0. Mine's too low. Center. Let's go gap 0 -2 px. 25 px. No, I don't know if you could put negatives for gap. Align item center. What is this? What is going on here? Margin top. Let's go margin 12 as it was. And then margin top we'll do 150, 20, -20. Too much. -10. -12. -15. 8, 7, 6. It's an odd number. Submit. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna try with conic gradients. I'm gonna slim this up a little bit, and then I'm gonna try with conic gradients. I'm already 15 minutes in. Oh my god. Let me just clear all of these. and then clear all of these, and then just kind of compare the two different solutions. So I'm just gonna see, and then also I think, yeah, something like that can go. Alrighty, submit 604. That's 308 characters. I don't know. Okay, so let me nuke it. Here, let's start with the, try to make this as quick as possible. Background, and then here we're gonna put, let's just make a conic gradient. Here it's gonna be this color, right? So this color, first of all, we'll go transparent. 75% followed by this for 25%. And we're gonna do, let's measure. So this is gonna be 130 to 260, so 130 at 130 px. And then from here we go 55, was it, to 345. So 195 px. I don't even know if that's right. Oh, it's wrong. 295, I think, is the right answer. And then here we'll just position this so it will be over 55 pixels, 55 px, and then down, I don't know, 50%. Would that work? Let's go 50%. 130. And it's off by, I think, 5 pixels. Fantastic. Okay, number one. Number two, conic gradient. We'll have this one do this color. Same story though, right? Like we're gonna do kind of like a let's see. First of all, we'll go 105 to 175, so that's 70 pixels at 70 px, and then the height is 130 to 210, 80 px. And that's going to be same story, 0.00075% followed by this color for 25%. This has to be a comma, not a period. So now these colors, where are they? I need to, I think if I just make it red, yeah, now I need to position them here. So I need to kind of, well, two things. I need to position them and I need to, this might be easier if I was contained inside the, it's okay, inside the body tag. Yeah, I think I should do that. So essentially I'm going to do this now. Margin 50, background, let me just see. Background. Let me just take that out for a sec. What's going on here? Well, yeah, I guess background needs to be. So I think we had, was it 40 at the top and bottom, and then 55 on the right and left? Perfect. So now this background is going to be applied here, and we just got to comment it back in, and then let's see. yeah, we kind of we can do. I had some numbers based on it being completely, you know, like having the access to the full width. So we're just gonna push it down here. So we'll go from 40 to 130, 90 pixels, 0 and 90 px. Fantastic. Okay. Now where were we? We need to push this down. So we can push this down. Let's go 0 and then its height is 80 pixels. So we'll go 80, 90, 90 pix. And then over, we're going to push it 103, 105. Let's go 105 px. It's a bit much. Oh yeah, it's just this. So 55 to 50 pixels. What am I doing? 50. So here we have that, and I'm gonna put this back to this color, but I need it to duplicate. So I'm gonna actually check from here 105 to 225. 105 to 225. So 120, I think. Wonderful. Look at that. That's two conic gradients. And now the third one, final one, conic gradient. This is going to be our final one. It's going to be these three white or squares at the top here. But I am just a little bit concerned because I feel like, there's those gaps on the right and left. So I wonder how I'm gonna get it. I could get the two white ones, but the that final one at the top, it needs to be probably its own. Let's see. Let's see. 22 minutes in. Okay, let me get the white ones. So it's gonna be exactly. No, it's not gonna be similar to these ones at all, actually. Let's go. Same story. But this time we'll go white. And the white is going to be, what's the dimensions here? We go from 115 to 165. That's 50 pixels, I believe, at uh, 50 pixels. And the height's going to be 40 to 120, 80 pixels. And now we got to position this one. We'll push it over, and then actually, let's measure. We'll go from 115 probably to 235. 120? I don't know. 0, 0, 120 px. So now I'm just going to push it over a little bit. So let's push it over. We go from 0 to 115. We'll go 115 px. Whoa. Now 115. 0. 50. 60. Oh, beautiful. And I was thinking for this one, instead of having it duplicate, I was just gonna make it take up the full, instead of leaving that tooth in the middle between the two repeating conic gradients. I'm just gonna make that whole thing a conic gradient, and then I'll just do another conic gradient that will handle the two green, the two green rectangles. Okay, so let me take this, leave this as is, but now I need to determine the width. So we go 105 to 295. That's I don't even know, 180, dude. I'm not sure. Let's go 180. No, 180. Yep. Let me just get rid of this. Nope, 190 maybe. Fantastic. And now I'm going to kind of take something like this and actually just, so it's going to be the same dimensions here. It's going to be the same thing, but this is going to be, instead of the white, it's going to be green, and it's not going to be one. So 120, it's going to be 60. We'll go 70. We'll go 60 plus 60, 130, 120. There we go. It's not going to repeat, so I'm just going to go repeat Y rather, only, and then 120 is the positioning, and this is going to be 120. That's irrelevant, and then 120. Okay, it doesn't matter. That number is just one, instead of, I can save a character. Um, it's going to be 50, and then what? We're going to go up and down. We'll do 91. I don't know. So it's 50, 80 plus 80, 160, 170, 170. No, 90 px. 90 px. Okay, 90 because it's 80 pixels tall plus the additional 10, that's the gap, and then that's kind of like one of the cells that is duplicated. So 607, wait, 607, so it's not even my high score. But if I go in my solutions, I shaved off a few characters. Wow. Okay, now let's kind of get all of these out of the way, and then all of the, can I get rid of, no. Alrighty, get rid of these. I mean, it's a few characters, but a few characters, so let me get rid of this one. Okay. Okay, so submit 321. I don't know. Mm-mm. 618. My last solution was better. It's just deceiving though, because like you have all these lines, but I think I forget that. I forget that like all of those tabs are spaces. So I guess that's kind of like something to keep in mind next time I try to go for a solution. But I'm glad I tried the other one. It's just a matter of a few characters here. You can see 321 versus 308. Obviously, the un-minified version, the iconic gradient, is significantly shorter because, like I said, it's just 4 lines of 4 different kind of gradients. So it looks a lot slimmer, but in terms of the amount of characters, there isn't that many spaces and enters and line breaks and all that. So, but there were in my first solution, which is why when I slimmed it down, I got rid of a ton of characters. But anyway, this was fun. Let's see how we did overall. Okay, cool, awesome. And we're nearing 30 minutes. And if you guys are still watching, honestly, guys, you're the best. Really, it means a lot. Thank you guys for sticking around, for watching the whole video. I really appreciate you. I appreciate your time, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye bye.